DJ Blake back with another one.
Alright, yep.
I believe in love. We belong here with the hearts above. I believe in love.
Do you think hip-hop is evolving?
Yes, it always evolves, right? So it's part of the evolution we're seeing now. This generation, right, they are not actually forced to sample. They actually could take their keyboard, their drum machine, their laptop, and just create. And so now the beat has no historical reference to it in the sense of, oh, that was a James Brown sample, that was a Marvin Gaye sample. No, that's just that kid who, whether he did Fruity Loops and threw some chord progressions together, or whether he sat there on his garage band on his phone and hit the guitar program that comes with it, right, or whatever, the creativity of it is now having this form of originality.
Don't you play me like a Steinway, you can't even find it. Feeling hungry like a lion, and I'm feeling...
My next guest not only completed Macklemore's residency program, he's also part of Totem Star. By the age of 13, his voice was already sounding like Barry White. With that being said, it was a given that his voice was meant for a higher purpose. My next guest is a producer and artist, and he's taking Seattle by storm. Introducing Kiddus Fecto.
How you been, Senorita? Been a minute, got leisure. How you been, Senorita? Been a minute, got leisure.
Welcome back, everyone. This is DJ Blake, keeping you up to date with all the hottest hip-hop news and sneaker talk. And today I'm with a very special guest, the one and only Kiddus Fecto.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I saw him again. I met you at Totem Star. Okay, quickly tell people what Totem Star is, first of all.
Totem Star is a non-profit record label out in West Seattle, and they help out the youth with recording and studio time, events, and just connecting them with different, performances and more people and all that. So yeah.
Right, which is awesome. It's just like the residency. I don't think it's the right word to say on a smaller scale. It's just it doesn't have the funding as the residency. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. It's all coming together though. All these different organizations and record labels in Seattle are really important. But what I wanted to say was I saw this guy yesterday at a music video shoot, and I accidentally called him Kid Fetus, and I was so dead when I said that. I was like, Kid Fetus? Oh my god. But Kiddus Fecto, is that your real name? Is that your stage name?
My stage name.
Kiddus Fecto, what's the meaning behind that?
Well, the Kiddus part is actually my
biological name?
Yeah, my government name. My name's Kiddus McLeod, but...
Kiddus McLeod?
Yeah,
that's dope. Well, that sounds like something straight out of Final Fantasy.
But I was with a friend or whatever, and we was we was in his car hotboxing or whatever, and we were just thinking of names and stuff, and I just thought of, hey, Fecto, I rolled one and stuff.
Yeah, perfecto! Mamma mia!
Exactly.
That's so funny, Kiddus.
Kiddus Fecto, that one's filthy.
Yes.
She wrote it, so I just been using it ever since.
Both those names are sick. Who? Do you know any other Kidduses?
As a matter of fact, I used to live next to one of my neighbors at my old house, and he had a
dog,
a younger brother.
Oh.
His name was Kiddus, and his name was spelled the same way too.
Wow,
yeah. That's
crazy. That's actually, what is your ethnicity? You're just black or
African American. My mom's from the Caribbean too, so I'm part Caribbean, and yeah.
Who chose your name?
My father.
What? Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with Totem Star in the beginning, anyways?
Well, I heard about it through a few folks in the residency.
Okay.
And so, after that, I've just been going there ever since, every day, just making beats and all that.
That's filthy. You were in the residency, which we've covered is the Macklemore's funded program, and Totem Star. Mm-hmm. What do you see the differences between those two organizations?
I feel like and Totem Star, like, they really, like, helps me be a better artist more than the Residency in a way, you know, like, because like Totem Star is like more of a smaller program and stuff, and like the Residency has a lot more people, so you can't really like focus on
individually
everybody like at once. But like Totem Star, like it's more intimate, and like people just like, it's more like a small family, you know, like so
are they both non-profit in a way, or do you have to pay to be part of the Residency?
No, you don't have to be.
Right.
Yeah.
But I heard that...
But you get a stipend at the end. For,
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
$500.
Wow.
Yeah.
And doesn't it end once you're 21 or something for the Residency?
For the Residencies, once you turn 19, you can't do it.
Oh.
For Totem Star, it's 21.
Oh.
And I'm 20 right now, so I got a year left.
Shoot.
But that's why I'm making the most of it right now, you know? Like, yeah.
Why do they do that, though? Why do they make it so there's a age stop? I think that's the right word.
I don't know, because they also have, like, a bunch of youth there, so, like, you want to just you want to get, open this space up for, like, other youth to come in and, like, to experience what you experience, you know? So
the people that run the program, are they also artists in their own way?
Yeah. The co-founders are Daniel Pak and Thaddeus Turner, and like Thaddeus Turner is actually the music director of Diggable Planets, which is like a famous hip hop group, and Daniel Pak is lead singer of this band called Core Ions.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's dope.
As a matter of fact, he's gonna have a show on December 6th at the Crocodile at 8 p.m. You feel me? And I'm finna open up alongside my bro Zozier and Nearby, and
dude, that's dope.
One. So yeah, it's gonna be lit.
How many times have you performed now? Like how long?
It's been so many times I can't even count.
Oh wow!
I've been performing like in high school at like talent shows and stuff, but then like for a while I kind of like took a hiatus from performing, and then I went back into it recently. So it's been good.
Wow, that's crazy, because there's a lot of people who've been like, oh, I can count them on my fingers because I haven't done it many. Wow.
Yeah.
So are you getting the exposure you need when it comes to making music?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're just on the right track overall. So you're more on the producing side, or are you also an art? You say you're about to perform, so you make music on like rap, sing.
Yeah. I produce, rap, sing, songwrite, all that. So.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have to say that like I feel like I'm a better producer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What art form do you feel like you're able to express yourself better through?
Honestly, like I don't just put my music in like one genre, like in a box. Like I kind of am inspired by like all kinds of music, but I'll have to say my base is like hip hop.
Right.
Yeah.
So is hip hop? I think hip hop's big in Seattle, but of course there's not that many. There's definitely more bands that have come out of Seattle versus
like the grunge stuff. Yeah.
So what do you think is the prominent genre in Seattle though? Is it hip hop?
Probably at the moment it's hip hop. But like the biggest one I'll have to say is probably like grunge still, because there were some more bands. Like there's like a ton of rappers out there who are like or killing it, but like haven't got their big break yet. But it's like, I feel like right now hip hop's the most relevant, because we have Macklemore, of course, and we have like artists like Travis Thompson and Lil Mosey like blowing up.
Right.
But I feel like there's a lot more that dope that can make it too.
That's insane though. You're literally like, I've got it though. Like so you literally have all the resources. And when did you start making music?
Well, I started producing when I was like 15.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is the next step for you though, now that like once you're out of Totem Star, which is like in a year or under a year?
Yeah, it's like in a year.
What do you plan to see yourself doing next once you've got all the juice and creativity you could have gotten out of Totem Star?
Man, I want to go crazy, bro. I want to perform at every like venue in Seattle. I'm trying to be at Bumper Shoot. I'm trying to perform at all the block parties, because like I'm trying to go crazy in like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, like Yeah.
People are excited to see you, though. When you walk in your room, they're like, "Oh shit, Kiddus is here! What the hell?" So you've been able to make a name for yourself, right?
Hopefully, yeah, a little bit.
How do you go about doing that? Because some artists, they struggle promoting themselves, which in turn makes it hard for them to connect with other people. And
I've just been like, performing it at as many performing like my snippets of songs like at as many venues as possible, and I've been making like promo videos for like upcoming singles and everything. So that's how I've been like getting out there a little bit. Yeah.
So do you, when you record and edit and everything, is that all at Totem Star, or do you have another place that you go to work on all that?
No, I like mix and all that stuff there, and just because I get like assistance from like the teaching artists there and everything when it comes to the mixing. But yeah, that's like my main place. Yeah.
What makes you stand out compared to other artists, do you feel like?
Well, I feel like I just stand out, period, because I just got a deep ass voice.
Damn,
like,
bro, I know.
Like my voice has been this deep ever since I was like 13.
Oh, no way!
Yeah,
oh my god!
Like I was walking up in 8th grade, like, hey, everybody was like, bro, what the hell?
I'm dead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So do you see a lot of artists doing the Residency and Totem Star, or is it more one or the other?
I know a lot of people that have done both programs, but I know some people that have just done the Residency and just done Totem Star, you know.
So do you, I don't know if you openly recommend one over the other, do you? Do you feel like you had to do both to make you feel more comfortable with what you're doing now, or do you think one, you said Totem Star was more one-on-one?
Yeah. I'm glad I did both, honestly, because if I didn't do if I wasn't a part of Totem Star, like, I don't think like this music that I'm making right now would have ever like come out, you know, like, because like the music I was making at the Residency, like, it was cool, but it wasn't like what I'm making now, you know, like my music's way better. Like, I feel way more confident about myself, and I see people singing along to these songs I'm making now in like 10 years, you know. So yeah.
Do you have to try out to be in Totem Star or Residency, like, or can you just, if you apply, you just join up?
For the Residency, you do have to audition.
Fuck, I literally, it was on the top of my tongue.
You do like auditions like a couple weeks before.
It's something about,
if you want to be in Totem Star, you could just walk.
Do you have to try out to be in Totem Star or Residency, or can you just, if you apply, you just join up?
For the Residency, you can't be like 30 walking up and be like, yeah, you can't be a part of Totem Star. They'll be like, nah, but if you like, in high school, if you want to be in Totem Star, you could just walk in anywhere. But you have to be like 21 in a certain age range.
But you can't be like 10. The reason why I started this podcast is because I want to help artists, but also I'm such a huge rap fan, and I'm looking up. I look at rap blogs still, stuff like that. Like, I'm all the time looking at new hip hop and stuff, singles that come out every day. The reason why I started this podcast, I love Seattle, but I want to help. Before I started this podcast, I literally knew such a huge rap fan, and I'm looking up. Yeah, like, I look at rap blogs, like, stuff like that. Like, when I say I'm obsessed with hip hop, I'm obsessed all the time looking at new hip hop and stuff. If I'm personally not and hearing about all these Seattle artists, but that probably means there's a ton of other people who don't know about all these artists. I literally knew maybe like one or two. So my thing is, like, I didn't see. I think Totem Star is, when I say I'm obsessed with hip hop, but I go into that building and it's like a tiny little area for like these talented musicians. Like, what is up with that? That probably means there's a ton of other people who don't know about all these artists either, you know? So, my thing is, I think what Totem Star is doing is great. But I go into that building, and it's like a tiny little area for like these talented musicians. Like, what is up with that?
Yeah. It used to be a school. But, yeah, it's like this world towards like getting their own like scout studios. Because like they're definitely that's like for like part of bigger space to get a community, like a.
Do you think that?
Yeah. It used to be a school.
Totem Star and the Residency get promoted enough?
It's like this one room that they're like renting out and everything. So yeah, but they're
like, do you think
looking for like a bigger space.
They're maxing out on the amount of artists they can get? Do you think that not enough people know about those programs? Totem Star and the Residency get promoted enough though?
I love to say, like, for the residency, like, I feel like
do you
people
think
are knowing about it a little
they're
more.
maxing out on the amount of artists they can get, or do you think
like, you see Travis
not
Thompson
enough people
blowing
know
up,
about
he's on
those
the beats,
programs
he's at the BET Awards and everything, like, so I love to say, I feel like people are starting to see, like hear about the residency a lot more for those reasons, because Macklemore's name, Totem Star, was a part of it, and I feel you see Travis Thompson's blowing up, he's on the beats, he's at the BET Awards and everything, like Macklemore, like
the glamorous shit?
I feel like people are starting
That's
to
weird though.
like,
because I've been
at some point though, like Totem Star is gonna be people gonna know Totem Star,
it has a
especially
great
when
foundation. Yeah,
because I'm gonna say this, when I blow up and when I get on top, like I'm gonna make sure like people know
the
where
glamorous shit.
Shit at, you know,
that's
so.
weird though. Because I've been.
But at some point though, like Totem Star.
That's important because
like, people gonna know Totem
I
Star.
hate as a great example, but the last guy to blow up
say this,
is Little
when
Mosey,
I blow up and when I get on
and
top, like I'm
he does not put on for Seattle.
People know.
So it's important to find artists who are willing to be like, on film, I'm gonna help Seattle and promote Totem Star once I make it. I hate using this example, but the last guy to blow up has Seattle done for you as an artist, and the city does not put on like for Seattle. What inspiration? So it's important to find artists who are willing to be like, on film, I'm gonna help Seattle and promote Totem Star once I make it.
Yeah.
What has Seattle done for you as an artist? The city as itself, like what inspirations have you gained from Seattle?
Right. So like it's made me like work a lot harder in my craft and all that, and it's made me like just push and everything. But I have to say, like, I'm not like because influenced by so many Seattle artists right now,
right?
But I know like now, right? Like so, like it's made me like know like a lot harder in my craft and all that, and it's made a lot of the artists I'm influenced by are like everything, but from like Cleveland or I'm not like Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, I was going to say Kid Cudi.
Right. But I know like you know, like, I know like more in tune with it. Like a lot of the artists I'm influenced by are like that's artists like. From like,
do you think there's a stigma behind
like
listening to SoundCloud artists or
Seattle
artists that are coming up? Like,
and stuff.
It's harder for people to listen to them because they don't have that shine of have made it yet.
Seattle-based artists at some point to like.
Do you think there's a stigma behind? I think it's weird because SoundCloud artists or even it's almost like people are like, oh, they made it. Okay, I was thinking it's harder for people to like, oh, I'm up and coming artist. They don't have that shine. Get back to me. I made it.
They have to like. You gotta have like a
I think it's weird because
like feature on
tracks. It's almost like people are like, oh, they made it. Okay, I listen to their music, but if you're like, oh, I'm an up and coming artist, and that's what's happening with Seattle. I think I don't think you made it. There's tons of artists that come through Seattle to perform and all that, but I think Seattle artists, when they do make it, they do a good job of doing it on their own terms. You don't see like Little Mosey reaching out to Drake. But that's what's happening with Seattle. I don't think Chris Brown helped him after, because there's tons of artists that come through Seattle to perform and all that. Like, but I think Seattle artists, when they do make it, they do a good job. Long ass time before they like actually blew up. You don't see like he was just Little Mosey reaching out to Drake, and that's how he blew up. Like Chris Brown helped him after he already had a name for himself. But like how long wasn't Macklemore around for a long ass time before he like actually blew up? People should understand and appreciate the grind. I don't think a lot of people get that.
Cause like no cap, I was listening to my grinding for like years, like. And then, the dude that made Can't Hold Us and Thrift Shop, like, and his music was actually good.
Yeah, right.
But then, like, once he made Thrift Shop, I was
should
just
understand
like,
it's like a sellout type song. But I think
Thrift Shop, like, his music was actually good.
Because for like working at the station,
but then, like, once he made
being
Thrift
around
Shop,
like
I was just like,
radio host, it's like a sellout type song. I can't believe I made it to this point even. What was it like? I think after listening to Macklemore for so long, being part of the Residency, for like working at the station, even like being around like
but I heard about
radio
it,
hosts, like listening to them growing up, working with them, I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. I can't believe I made it to this point even. What was it like? That's what happens after listening to Macklemore. It's a cool feeling though. Oh, that's just Macklemore down there. What?
But I heard about it, I was like, oh.
Does he do a good job of being one-on-one with each artist, or is it more just like, hey, I know, I remember your name. Hey, it's so funny. That's what happens though. It's a cool feeling though. Oh, that's just Macklemore down there. What? Does he do a good job of being
we
one
have
on one
these
with each
teaching
artist, or is it more
artists,
just like,
Macklemore's,
hey,
his
I know,
name's
I remember
on,
your
like,
name,
part
hey
of the
Kiddus,
residency
or
and all that.
are you able to
But
actually
it's
sit
like,
down with them
we
for a
have
little
these
bit and
teaching
maybe
artists
express
who
your
we
goals?
actually to keep it well connected with, because they like they're with us like every day. Like Macklemore like program, like we have these teaching artists. Like Macklemore's like his name's on program just to say what's up, just to check in.
Right.
What we're doing, like we have these teaching artists who we actually like we were more connected with, because they like they're with us like every day. Like Macklemore like pops up, like her name's Spicy, and throughout the program just to say what's up, just to check in on what we're doing. And MC, her name's Maddie, she made, but we were like we were working with them
Jace. That's dope though. Still to have even artists, that's a huge thing to have artists to come down to help with other artists. Like, that's something people need to be like, oh, I made it. I don't want you to struggle like how I struggled. Let me give you this little push. You know, that's dope though. But I want to still to have even artists. I'm still trying to figure out. That's a huge thing to have artists. It's cool that he has that program and all that. That's something people need. People like I've talked to are like, oh, saying the reason why you struggle like how I struggled. Let me give you this. In a way, he's not really relevant right now. But I want to, and people are saying, I'm still trying to figure out that is because it's cool that he has that program. He kind of tried to be the face of Seattle, but didn't completely. People like I've talked to are saying the reason why. How do you think you should go around? In a way, he's not really relevant. He blew up, but he didn't stay relevant. And people are saying have all the reason that is because with him at that point. He kind of tried to be the face of Seattle. What have you? What can you learn from have the fan base for it? How do you think you should go around doing that differently? Because he blew up, but he didn't stay relevant because he didn't have all of Seattle rocking with him at that point. Right. Come back to me with what do you think? That's fair. What have you? What can you learn from Macklemore that you're going to do differently?
I want to give back to the city and everything, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Yeah, that's completely fair though.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
Big question. Right.
So
that's fair. That's fair. What were your inspirations to start music? You started at 15. Do you think that was a good age for you? Looking back, do you think you started? Yeah, I'm gonna have to think old enough, or do you think you should have started even earlier than that? It's a big question. I'm actually what were your inspirations to start music? You started at 15. Do you think
piano class
that was a good age for you? Do you looking back, do you think
you started had like pianos and all that stuff?
Old enough, or do you think you should have started even earlier than that?
And all that stuff. I'm actually glad I started at 15. You know, like the teacher thought it would be dope if we could make like a hip hop project piano class, and so we had like the class we did that, and we had like piano and all that stuff. Like he gave us like the outline of like how to make a beat, like and how to make like a hi-hat pattern and a kick pattern. The teacher thought it would be dope if we could make like a hip hop project. So I would like produce. So we did that, and we had to make our own beat. Like he gave us like the outline of like how to make a basement, like and they would just come down to hi-hat pattern and like pattern and all that stuff. So crank out like that. That's dope. Rap on them. I would like produce for people.
So are you able to sell your beats now at all? Or
well, I haven't like sold any yet because it was in the basement. And, like, they would just come down to
all about the passion and building up to it. Like.
Like,
what's the point of selling beats if you're not that's dope. Really made it yet. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can sell you. So are you able to sell your beats now? Is your name out there yet? But that's really interesting. You started music because of like school in a way.
Yeah, well, I always
what's the point of selling beats if you're not completely made it yet? Oh yeah, I can sell you beats. But is your name out there yet? But that's really interesting. You started music because of like school. Franklin. Yes.
Well, I always loved music.
Right. Yes. Dude, I've been talking to like people in our generation. Yes, that was. You brought the clips back together for that too. Right. Oh my. Dude, I'm trying to get an interview with him. He's coming to. What high school did you go to? Kenny G's coming to Seattle. Franklin. Yes. I don't know if he lives in Seattle right now, but I know he's coming to perform in Seattle. Dude, I've been talking to like people in our generation. Yes, that was. He brought the clips back together for that too. Shout out Kenny G. Dude, I'm trying to get an interview with him. He's coming to Kenny G's coming to Seattle. I think it's weird that this generation of kids, like, I'm coming to perform in Seattle. Yo, you guys know Kenny G's from Seattle, dude, right? If I can get him, that's insane. Who's Kenny G? I think it's really weird. Shout out Kenny G. There's actually so many great legends. This generation of kids, like I'm like, yo, you guys know Kenny G's from Seattle, right? You know? Yeah. Are you Kenny G? Like, yes. What the heck? do you do a good job of connecting with other artists? There's actually so many great legends from Seattle.
rappers like
It's you could be the next one.
like,
You know?
yeah.
Are you
That's what I'm
able?
going after right now? Like,
Yes.
I just hear somebody.
Do you do you do a good job with connecting with other artists though, like outside of the residency?
As soon as possible, I want to be like, yo, you know, because I want to connect with as many artists as possible.
His voice might be intimidating, but he's a teddy bear. He wants to talk to you. He wants to give you a hug. So, do you, when you make music, do you almost use your voice as an instrument then? Because it's so like bassy. His voice might be intimidating, but he's a teddy bear. He wants to talk to you. He wants to give you a hug.
Sometimes people want me to like write lyrics. They just want me to just use my voice.
When you make music,
Oh my God.
almost
That's
use your
so
voice as an instrument then?
Being a
'Cause it's so, like,
beatboxer would be
bassy.
dope. Can you beatbox, bro?
Actually, no cap, I can't.
Damn, dude, you'd be a dope ass beatboxer.
Sometimes fresh shit.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Oh
So
my
as
God.
you grow as a
That's so
person
funny.
and
You being a
as an
beatboxer would be
artist,
dope.
how
Can you
exactly
beatbox,
do
bro?
you expect
No cap, I
or
can't.
plan
Damn, dude, you'd be a
to
dope
use
ass
your platform to
beatboxer.
get back to
Dougie
Seattle?
fresh shit.
Yes.
What messages are you trying
That's
to
so
portray?
funny.
Yeah.
So as you grow as a person and as an artist, how exactly do you expect to or plan to use your platform to get back to Seattle?
Like,
And how,
you know,
what
just
messages
give
are
it
you
that
trying to portray?
Seattle
through
vibe,
your music?
you know,
Yeah.
like, no cap. I'm working on two projects right now. But the third project I'm coming out with is gonna be like a Seattle based and just album and shit, and feel like try to, you know, just give it that Seattle like vibe.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
no cap. I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm working on two projects more right other now, like Seattle artists and stuff, because like I know like a Seattle for a while had like album and shit. And
Yes.
I want to get into that.
Yeah.
Like, check that out. So like just want to get inspired and
Right.
mix in the.
You're a dope guy. What the fuck? I like that you're so open-minded. You actually like want to help portray Seattle and like every part of it.
Yes,
I wanna get
big,
into that.
dude. Yeah. For my podcast, I even try to talk. Literally the other day, I gave my last business
You're a
card.
dope
away.
guy. What
Dude, it was
the
like a
fuck?
nice sneaker shop right
I like that
here.
you're so open-minded.
And I was
You
like,
actually like
should I
want to
give
help
my
portray
business
Seattle.
card to the
Like,
sneaker shop?
every part of it.
Or this homeless guy that
That's
keeps trying to talk
big,
to me.
dude.
Like,
I gave it to the homeless
my
guy
podcast, I
because he
even
was
tried to
dope
talk-
as fuck. Though.
Literally
Like,
the other day, I
people
gave my
try to
last
like
business card. even.
dehumanize even
Dude, it was
homeless
like a
people.
nice
Like, homeless
sneaker
people
shop
still have
right
things
here.
to offer to you.
And I was like,
It's
should I give my
just-
business card to the sneaker shop?
Seattle's such a great
Or this
city.
homeless
you
guy
know?
that keeps trying to talk to me.
I gave it to the homeless guy because he was dope as
Right.
fuck. Though, like
So
people
what is
try to
something
like
that you do see wrong with
dehumanize
Seattle?
even homeless
Is it the
people. Like
connection?
homeless
Do you
people
see
still
that?
have things to offer to you.
Like
It's-
I said, like
it's just-
I've been meeting so
Seattle's
many
such a
dope
great
artists out
city,
there,
you know?
man.
Right.
I just
Like-
feel like way to just come together, like go crazy.
Right. Yeah. So what is something that you
remember that
do
year
see
when,
wrong
like,
with
Florida
Seattle?
had
Is
the
it the
big
connection?
run with,
Do you
like,
see that?
X and,
Yeah.
Like, I said, like I could see that for Seattle.
I
So many
can.
dope artists. I met like
Right.
hundreds of artists. I just feel like they need to be blowing up, like famous right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you remember that year when
it's the
like
connection
Florida had the
thing.
big
That's the
run
only
with, like
thing.
X and
Yeah.
I can
Mask and all that.
definitely
Like I could see that
But
for
I-
Seattle.
I
think
can.
'Cause
It's just
I've
the
met, like,
connecting
hundreds of
and
artists, but it's like
you know, throwing
you're not
events,
blowing up, like,
like
don't make sense.
inviting
Right.
artists to perform at shows with you
Yeah.
that
It's
are
the
not even
connection
from
thing.
Seattle,
That's
like
the
maybe
only
like
thing.
Everett or Tacoma.
Right.
I can
definitely
like
see
it's just
that.
all
But
about. I think connecting with
It's just
artists,
connecting
and
Are you,
know, throwing events,
selective
like
of what you're
inviting
putting out right
artists
now?
to perform at shows
Like,
with you?
do you have like a
that
lot
are
of
not even
vaulted
from
music
Seattle,
that
or
you're
maybe
waiting
like
for the right time to
Everett
put
or
out?
Tacoma,
How's that
Yeah.
work?
Kent.
Well,
Like it's just all about
I'm working on my first
connecting with
project. It's
artists,
called
you know,
Movement Views,
and
you know.
Are
I have, like, a
you
whole track list right
selective
now.
of what you're putting out right
I
now?
just
Like,
need to
do you have like a lot of
mix it.
vaulted music that
I
you're just
have-
waiting
I
for
had,
the
like,
right
a
time to
few
put out, or
throwaways.
how's that
Yeah,
work?
It's supposed to be like two other tracks on there. Right now,
Right.
I had working on my first project, which is called Feels Like, you know.
It's good to be like that,
Work,
though.
you know, like
Yeah.
ready.
So,
I just
do you collab with a lot of
mix
local
it
artists,
in.
like Nast or
I-
anyone
I
like
had,
that?
a few
Or do you
throwaways on
just
there. There was supposed to be,
know
like,
them and you're able,
two
you're
other
family
tracks
with
on
them?
there that
Right.
I had, but I had to throw them away. I was just like, as a matter of
It's
fact.
good to be like that, though.
Work, you know, I haven't collabed with Metro
Yeah.
yet.
Dude,
but I
you
would
should. So,
love
do you
to.
collab with a lot of local artists,
Like, I be
like
telling
Nast or
them,
anyone like
this
that?
shit's fire. Like,
Or
I
do you
know
just
these go crazy.
know them and you're
So,
able, you're friendly with them? Did you meet them through the residency or outside of the residency, and you just be like,
both
oh, I was in the
as a
residency
matter of
also?
fact. I met him in the residency. I haven't
Yeah.
collabed with Nestor yet,
Dude, you
but I
should.
would love to. We did it in the third year. Like,
Right.
I'd be telling him, like, bro, your shit's fire. Like, his melodies go crazy. And the residency's, like, split up.
Yeah.
They
Did
have,
you
like,
meet him through the
vocal
residency
track
or
and
outside of the residency, and you just be like,
production
oh, I was in the residency also?
I met him in the residency. We do, like, the writing and the singing. We did that stuff and the rapping. We did it the third year. Or the
Right.
production, and you do, like, beat making, all that stuff. So because, like, in the residency, it's, like, split up together.
Yeah.
They have, like, the vocal track and then the production track. And
Dude.
the vocal, you do, like, Orchestra. Check them out. That stuff is rapping.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
good.
Like, production, you do,
So,
like, beat making, all that
Do
stuff. So
you
we was,
have
like,
music people can check out right now, though?
vocals together. Yeah, the SoundCloud right now. I don't have my shit's not on all platforms. Like, I got Nast music. Check them out. Spotify.
For sure. That's
all
good. It's all coming. So what is some advice that you have music people can check out right now, though? Creators,
Yeah, the
influencers.
SoundCloud right now. I don't have my shit's not on all platforms. Like, I ain't got no Apple Music or Spotify yet, but that'll be taken
all
care
coming.
of soon. As
all
many
coming.
people as possible.
So what is some advice that you have for up and
Haters.
coming Seattle artists,
There's
creators,
people that
influencers?
are like talking all the shit like, oh, you can't do it, your music sucks, they can't focus.
Right.
You know, like,
That's
you know,
true.
like, you keep working and doing what you love to do, make music. Don't listen to haters. You'll be in a way. The people that are like talking all the shit like, oh, you can't do it,
That's
your
true.
music sucks.
How
they can't
often
do
are
it
you in the
themselves.
studio
Like,
writing, producing, mixing?
you know, like you keep
Oh,
working
shit.
and doing
Okay.
what you love to do, Monday through Friday, you want to make, and you just
That's good. I like hearing that because some people are like, I'm pretty busy right now.
That's
so
true.
Maybe once a
How
week."
often are you in the
You
studio
were just
writing?
Nah, they ain't no once a
producing,
week for me.
mixing.
I gotta get the shit out, man.
Oh shit.
Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Dang.
Monday through
That's
Friday,
good though.
just
Like,
constant.
do you have a? How do you? That's good. I like
Focus
hearing that
on
because some
music,
people are like,
and also
I'm
your
pretty
daily
busy
life,
right now.
though.
So
How
maybe
can you
once a
work
week.
on those
Yeah.
together at the same time?
You were just
Are they
Nah,
difficult to
they ain't no
manage?
once
or-
a week for me. Man. I gotta get the shit out, man. Like, for real.
Dang.
Right
That's
now,
that's good though. Like,
I'll
do you have a?
admit
How do
I'm
you
unemployed, but
focus
I
on music, but
recently
and
just,
also your daily life though? How can you work on those together at the same
started
time?
as like
Are they
a
difficult to manage? or-
assistant at Totem Star. So, well, like, it's been good. It's like right now, first week, I'll admit, for a while I was like unemployed, so like the only thing I was doing was just going to the studio,
Right.
just like and producing, and started as like a.
I kind of have that
assistant at Totem
mindset
Star,
as
so
you though. In my
it's
opinion,
been good.
I
It's like
think-
in my first week.
for me personally, I
For a
feel
while,
like if you're not going to go to school for music, you should find a job that helps you out in music in some way.
Yeah.
Like for me, I chose.
I kinda have
the
that
radio station
mindset
over
as you,
school,
though, in my
because I was
opinion.
going to school for
I think-
radio.
Mhm.
You know,
For me
like
personally,
even I feel like
think
if
about
you're
this.
not going to go to school.
You can
for
literally,
music,
if you're
you should find a
guitarist
job
or anything like that,
helps you out.
literally
in music
work at
in
like
some
Guitar
way.
Center.
Yeah.
You know,
Like for me, I
because
chose
you might even get a
the radio
discount on the
station
next
over
thing you
school,
need for
because I was going to school
music
for radio.
So I just think,
You know, like even
it's not as
think
long
about
as
this.
you're you can
working
literally,
every
if
single
you're
day, like that's still
guitarist
work,
or anything like
you're
that,
on the grind. You
literally
know?
work
You're
at like Guitar
paving
Center,
the way,
you know,
for
because
music to
you might even
come.
get a discount on the
And
next
it's not like
thing
you're just
you need for
lollygagging.
your
Oh, I'm in the
music,
studio,
you know.
once a week and I'm
So I just
unemployed.
think
Yeah.
it's
You know?
not as
Like,
long as you're working.
I don't
every
think it
single
should be
day. Like
frowned
that's
upon
still work.
if you're actually
you're on the
working really hard,
grind. You
'cause
know, you're
putting out
paving
music
the way
and touching
for
people like
music
with
to
your
come.
music. And
That's
it's not like
actually
you're
a
just
hard thing to
lollygagging.
do.
Oh, I'm in the studio.
Because
Once a week
anyone
and
could
I'm
just rap
unemployed.
about
Yeah,
money,
for
you know,
real.
guns,
Mhm.
hoes.
I don't think it
And
should
not
be
have
frowned
it,
upon if you're
you know?
actually working really hard. 'Cause
So when you're in the studio
putting out
every
music
day,
and
you know how to
touching
use your
people, like,
voice
with your music
and tell realism.
that's actually a hard thing to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's what
anyone could just rap.
I think hip hop's going
money,
through that phase.
guns,
Like
hoes,
you're almost starting to get
yeah.
shunned
and not
if you're
have
just
it.
making up stuff.
You know,
People. So when
I
you're
don't
in the
like to
studio
say
every
like
day, you know
real
how to
rap,
use
or,
your
like,
voice,
backpack rap,
and tell
but like
realism.
the genre of rap where it's
music,
just
you know?
like,
Because that's
you're
what
more meticulous about what you say.
I think
It's
hip hop's
really
going through that phase where, like,
But
you're
I see
almost
that in you.
starting to
You're,
get shunned if
you're
you're just
artist,
making up stuff.
producer.
People
Like I love
I don't
seeing
like
that.
to say like real rap.
it's
or, like,
actually that's
backpack
still.
rap. But
Believe
like,
it or not,
the genre
I
of
don't
rap where it's
see
just
that
that many artists slash
You're
producers
more meticulous
in
about what
Greater
you say
Seattle.
is really.
I see most of the people,
But I see that in you.
either
You're
an
artist
artist or
producer.
Yeah.
Like
The
I
last interview
love
just did
seeing
was
that. Like
really crazy.
it's actually that's
Lorelai.
still.
I just interviewed.
Believe it
this
or
girl
not,
named
I
Lorelai.
don't see
And
that
many
her
artists slash producers. in
boyfriend
Greater
is her
Seattle.
producer.
I see
Like that's
most
kind of
of the
that's a sick
people
collab.
Yeah.
Either
But it's
an artist.
It's
or
all
a
about
producer.
making connections in
The last
Seattle,
interview I just
being
did there,
true
which
to
was really
yourself.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
Lorelai. I just interviewed this girl named
Like
Lorelai.
I said, just
Yeah.
like you
And
said,
her don't listen to
boyfriend
the haters.
is her
you know?
producer.
That's crazy.
Like that's kind of that's a sick
That's
collab.
dope, yes.
But it's
And
It's all
Seattle's
about making
all about
connections in
helping
Seattle,
the
being
entrepreneurs.
true to yourself.
That's what Seattle is all
And-
about, you know.
Yeah.
Like
So,
I said, just like you said,
Did you
don't listen
think
to
about
the
question I
haters.
asked
You know
about
what you want to do differently between what Macklemore did, blowing up.
And Seattle's all about helping the entrepreneurs. That's what Seattle is all about, you know.
That's what I can, and I'm just
So-
saying, like,
Did you think about the question I asked about what you want to do differently between what Macklemore did, blowing up, and what you want to do?
I'm gonna answer it the best way I can, and I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna represent Seattle in a better way. Like, I feel like he represents Seattle. But I don't think he like fully represented like Seattle.
Right.
You know, like I want to be that one to like fully represent the city, and like I'm gonna make music that's like really authentic. I feel like he represents Seattle, but I don't think he like fully represented like Seattle.
Right. This
You know,
artist
like, I
is
wanna be
actually
that one
from
to, like,
Seattle.
fully
I like to,
represent the
like I've said
city,
before, I like to call everything Seattle, like even greater Seattle, like
really
Tacoma,
authentic to the
everywhere around. I like to
Right.
call that
That's
Seattle. But
the
this artist
vibe and all
is
that
in the heart of the city, so he knows what's going on. And this
knows
artist is actually from
artists that are
Seattle.
coming in and
I
out
like
of
to,
Seattle,
like I've said
so
before, I like to.
If you want to
call
connect with
everything
this artist,
Seattle, like
these are
even
really
greater
important
Seattle,
artists to
like
know.
Tacoma.
What is something
everywhere
about
around?
you
I like
that
to call it Seattle, but this
you
artist
can't express through your
is
music
in the heart of the
or haven't
city,
expressed through your
so
music
he
yet
knows
that
what's going on.
someone might
He
not
knows
know about you.
all the artists that are coming in and out of
Just,
Seattle.
like,
So
probably, like, more
if you want to
post-race,
connect with
like,
this artist, he's a really important artist to know.
bringing, like, where
What is
I'm
something
from
about
and
you
all
that
stuff, and
you can't
which I
express
will,
through your
like,
music
talk
or
about
haven't
in
expressed
my
through your
album
music yet
coming
that
out next year, so
someone might not know about
it's
you?
like it's like my childhood, just like where I grew up, like one person was in school, like and how I wanted to bring in like where I was from, more focused on music than I was, which I will like talk about. I was in my album coming out next year. So.
Right.
Just like my childhood, because I was just constantly where I grew up in my head. I was in school, just run down to the studio, run down to the basement. I was more focused on music than I was in school, because I wasn't interested in like lessons, like autism. So interesting, because I was just constantly hearing.
So what I'm hearing is you live and breathe music. It makes you who you are as a person.
Yes, I said earlier.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So, what are some final words you have for Seattle Kiddus?
Interest dropping out.
Right.
Like, when we dropping.
So what I'm hearing is you live and breathe music. It makes you who you are as a person. That's dope. That's dope. So, what are some final words you have for Seattle Kiddus?
Dropping out. When we dropping pickup game. Bounce Pass, shout out to Seattle, shout out to Totem Star, shout out to the Residency as well. Dropping, feels good to be on Juno. Gonna just take over next year, so be on the lookout for that. And
what is the easiest way to reach you?
some more great music. Instagram. Shout out to Seattle, shout out to Totem Star, shout out to the Residency as well. So yeah.
And it's all Kiddus Fecto. And how do you spell that for people who might not know how to?
KID.
What is the easiest way to reach you?
FECTO, Instagram,
Kiddus Fecto.
Snapchat.
This is DJ Blake and
Listen to my Kiddus Fecto music.
there we go.
DJ
It's all
Blake.
Kiddus Fecto.
Yeah.
And how do you spell that for people who might not know how to?